Good morning, friends. As we are all aware, 15 films are vying for the prestigious Golden Peacock Award to be given away at the ongoing 54th edition of IFFI being held in Goa. It is a stellar lineup of exceptional films which consist of 12 international and 3 Indian films. I welcome the jury of this international film lineup. I welcome Jose Luis Alcaine, Jerome Payard and Catherine Dussart, film producers, and Helen Leake, also film producer. And along with them, I welcome the chairperson of the jury, Mr. Shekhar Kapoor. I request Mr. Shekhar Kapoor to say a few words about the selection of these films and how they have been watching the films and discussing amongst themselves, to just say a few words, and then we'll throw the floor open for questions. If any jury member would like to add something, you're welcome. When you're asking questions, please introduce yourself. Thank you. Sir.
Go ahead. Thanks. Thank you for being here. Can you all hear me? No, no.
Nagin, just
Hello,
press. Just press this. Yeah.
Thanks for being. That's right. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I think we've all had a wonderful time, both in Goa. I think we watched some wonderful films, and Goa is one of the most hospitable places. And thank you, the festival, for being. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for being such good hosts. And I've always enjoyed Goa Film Festival. I've been involved with the Goa Film Festival since it started. So when Mr. Manohar Parekar was here at that time, and he and I thought about it. So please go ahead, and I'm ready. Unless somebody else wants to say something, I'm ready to take questions. Yeah, you ready? So let's go. It's been a wonderful time, wonderful films, and a wonderful, very beautiful festival. Thank you.
With Manohar Parikar and I am Amar Chara from Goa News Agency. So, what is the difference you look like that time the IFFI and today's IFFI?
Everything that we thought when I first said that, when we first said that the festival should be in one place in Goa, everybody said that nobody will come. The Goa population is low. There's not enough people. Now look at it. We said that everywhere from all over India, there's students coming, there are young filmmakers coming, there are tourists coming because this is the festival season. They're all coming. So it's really grown. It's been really wonderful. There was some talk at that time, we'll make the festival on some beautiful beach. I said, no festival I've known works on a beach. It has to be in the city of Panjim, where actually the city is there, where the culture is there. People go to festivals not only to see films, but also to experience the culture of that place. And you will not experience the culture of Goa sitting on a beach. You could go anywhere in the world. So Panjim, we decided to keep it in Panjim. And I have to say, we've unfortunately lost him, but he was a very, very dynamic man, and he pushed it through. And I remember he was giving a press conference, and he texted me. He said, "I'm going to say Panjim. Are you sure?" I said, "Yes, do it." So, yeah.
Good morning. I'm Gerard from Hindustan Times. If you could explain to us the selection of films that made it to the international competition, and how difficult was it to choose to select one above the other this year?
We did not do the selection. There was a selection committee, but we've all talked about that, and we've all understood that there are so many festivals happening now, so many. Within India, just before this was Mami. There's a Red Sea Film Festival happening as we go. So we really have to fight for films to come to Goa, right? But I think that the selection committee despite all that, the selection committee did an amazing job. It's not that easy to get good films to come to any festival now because there's so many. And, some other festivals give bigger awards, and we're competing with everything. So I will really say that the selection committee did a really good job given the number of films that might have been available to them.
Thank you.
Can I add something?
Yes, please.
And I would. My name is Kine Doar. I'm a French producer. I would add that we had a very good selection of first film too. We had 10 first film, which is not so easy to find too, and they were coming from all over the world, and they were very interesting to look at.
Sir, my name is Satyendra Mohan. I'm film critic. I've been associated with the International Cinema for the last 40 years. This is my 41st International Film Festival.
You survived.
And thank you so much, sir. I happened to meet you during 2015 IFFI when you are the chairman of the international jury, and nice to see you again as a chairman of the international jury. So now my question is, as a chairman of the jury in 2015, as a chairman of the jury in 2023, how do you make the difference between the two?
I've never been the chairman of the jury before. I came here to do master classes.
No, but in 2015 you were the chairman of the international jury. You can
What?
check your record, sir. I can check.
Really?
Yes. How come you forget you were the chairman of the jury, sir?
You see, I'm getting old. My memory is
International
going.
jury. You are the chairman of the international jury.
I was? Wow.
2015.
See?
Yes.
So this
Yeah,
obviously is a
you
new
are-
experience for me.
Either my person is telling yes.
I was.
And how can you say that you are not there, sir?
Okay, well,
That means you are taking
Remember your
it.
class on motivation.
Sorry?
Creativity. You had a session on
I
creativity.
remember that.
Yeah.
I can still give you a class on
Oh,
motivation.
you are very much there, sir. You can check
Okay,
the
all right.
records.
So can we ask more questions?
No, you get, take it. No, I'll take it later. Last.
Good morning. Just wanted to ask you, like you were saying, you had the films were very meticulously selected for the international jury. What captivated you the most in this lot of films? The content or
I'm
the
going to, but you're asking, we're not allowed to say right now. You'll find out tomorrow.
Sir, my question is for the students of India. You were one of the professors from MIT. The top three film institutes where to study would you recommend, sir?
Worldwide?
Top film institutes to you recommend for students to go from India to study would be where? Other than MIT, because you are at MIT.
Pune Film Institute is great. It's fantastic. Pune Film Institute is fantastic.
शेखर जी आपने मैं लखनऊ से हूँ नम्रता शुक्ला स्वतंत्र भारत से आपने बहुत सारी फिल्में यहाँ देखी गोवा में आपके दिल के करीब कौन सी ऐसी फिल्म है जो छू गई और आपने यहाँ से क्या सीखा कि आप नया कुछ बनाएंगे अगले आप अपनी फिल्मों में उस थॉट को डालने की कोशिश करेंगे
मैं अंग्रेजी में जवाब दे दूं ताकि
हाँ
सब
बिल्कुल दे दीजिए
इनसे भी पूछिए. We're not allowed to talk about competition films right now. So, but the second question is, what do you learn if you go to a film festival for your own self, for your own filmmaking or your idea? So I'll throw that open. Jerome, you've done this for so long. What, as personally, what do you learn?
So you mean me going to other festival, the one I was going every year?
Yes. Yes.
For me, going to festival, it's two things. It's of course discovering film, and I like to discover a film I didn't heard before. Because usually when you go to cinema, you read critics and the people talk about it, and you already have something in mind. Usually in a festival, you don't, and that's very, very strong. And also it's networking. It's meeting people. It's I had some people complaining that now with digital tickets, there is no more queue. The queue for waiting to a film was or is still maybe somewhere a very important time where you can talk with the people passionate by film, and so that really those two things, and you don't find that when you are going to film in your own city. It's not happening that way. So I think it's something where festivals are not replaceable, and I like so much. And also very often the festivals are in very nice places like here, so it's also a way to discover a country or a city and the inhabitants, and so a lot of things makes festival really enjoyable. But when I have the mic, I take the opportunity to just say a big thanks to Shekhar, who is a wonderful person. It was a very, very nice jury to be together. And thank you for your friendship and listening and talking. So it was that in that specific case of being in that jury, it was a very, very, very strong and nice personal experience.
Thank you. We've become very good friends, and I hope this friendship lasts.
Yeah, very good morning, sir. Shekhar Kapoor, sir, here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since in your opening remarks you talked about shifting IFFI to permanent venue as a Goa with late Manohar Parrikar, sir. As long as Mr. Manohar Parrikar was there, he had an ambition to make permanent screening venue and auditorium for infrastructure to build separately for IFFI. But still it could not materialize. Future, it may any thoughts you contact with current government or anything? Is anything happening in those lines? Thank you.
Wasn't Inox built after we announced it? Inox, yeah. Oh, convention center.
Permanent
Convention center.
I mean, in every speeches, when as long as Manohar Parrikar was alive, he used to tell we wanted to have a permanent infrastructure screening venue apart from whatever. Yeah.
But I thought we have really good screening venues here. As far as a convention center is concerned, I think there's enough private enterprise. I went to the Taj. There's so many convention centers here. What is a convention center? It's a big hall. That's it. It's not cinema. It's a big hall, right? And people come and talk. So, yeah, but I think there's a lot of infrastructure built in Goa right now.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Gerard here again. Was there too many or a lot of differences or unending arguments among the jury members when it came to deciding?
We don't call it differences. We call it constructive discussions. Okay. Right.
Good morning. This question is to other jury members, not to Shekhar. So we would like to hear your experience regarding this film festival and your experience in Goa. Any one of you can answer.
Well, firstly, thank you everyone for the hospitality. It's been really friendly, open and generous. It's made our time on the jury very constructive. It would be good to see this festival bring the industry in behind it as much as possible, because the real key for further growth is the Indian industry partnering with foreign partners, which is becoming more and more possible as we interact with each other. So I can only wish this festival all the best for future growth, and it's been an absolute delight.
I do agree. We had a great time. Goa is a great place to visit, to be very friendly. And it's always a real privilege to make a tour of the world in seeing film from all different parts of the world and with very different style. And I'm always amazed by the styles we continue to evaluate year by year. And it's always a lot of discoveries.
Well, really, I found the festival, which was for me a surprise, and what I noticed is that the public of the same city, Goa, seems to really fond of all the cinema, because these cinemas that the selection committee has choose are very diverse. But there is a diversity in movie which is surprising, very different in all, in construction, in mechanics, in the way the director sees the story. And that's amazing to be here and learn all this possibility, because normally in Europe, at least in Spain, we saw not so much films of India or of another country of medium east or other countries which are represented in this festival. So really, thanks for being here, and thanks for the shoes of the movies we have shown.
And I would say to add something, as my previous job was to be the head of the Marché du Film at the Festival de Cannes. That festival is something which is very important, and very often the press don't really pay enough attention to that. They have a market attached, Film Bazaar, and that's very important for a festival because it brings much more industry than if you are just a festival. I didn't have enough time to go to Film Bazaar because we had other screening, but I went every day a little bit. It was very active. I think that makes really the big difference. They had a lot of very strong initiatives, as many about projects, about work in progress, a video library, many screenings. And they had, I was very impressed by a new program for the young called, sorry? Creative Minds, Creative Minds. I had the chance to meet with those young people to see one of their films. It's a very good program, and it's very good also when you attract in the same place young industry people, young talents, and the main industry. So I wanted really to give a little bit of unfading on that.
I just want to say one word about the importance of Goa Film Festival. You know, culture, does business follow culture, or is it the other way around? We need to talk about our culture a lot. I remember as a kid, all I ever heard was, like, oh, the best films in the world are American. Now we're soon realizing that, Hollywood doesn't own everything, and other nations have taken over, and they have their own culture and their own kind of films to talk about. That's why festivals are really important, so the rest of the world understands your culture through your films also. So I know you had this question of convention centers, but I don't see the thing about convention center and film festivals. That's fine, yeah, it's okay. So it's a really, really important thing, and we should go on pushing it and really, creating more and more ideas into this festival. It's important.
So hi, I'm Shama from Doordarshan. So here back. I'm sure you're not supposed to say anything about the movie, but is there one element which you found similar in all these movies, given the fact that there's global turmoil going on, geopolitical tensions?
Yeah.
Did you see something like that in the
Yeah,
movies?
they were all shot with cameras.
Apart from that, sir.
It's like, I mean, if there was one element in movies, we wouldn't watch them. Creativity is about something different. How do you push boundaries? How do you create something completely different? It's like music, if it was one note, you wouldn't listen to it. It goes like that. So there has to be different, of course. If we could, we would not come to festivals.
To the other members, you've seen the Indian films as well, the ones that have come for the competition. How do you find them? Especially, the ones that are super hit in here.
Again, we cannot talk about
That's a very
film.
loaded
Okay,
question.
got
Super
that.
hit is a very loaded
Yeah,
question.
No, what
Be careful.
what I can say about Film Bazaar, I do agree it's very important to have the young directors here, and a lot of distributors and producers come from all around the world, not only to see the film which they will see in other festival, but to see and discover the new projects and to be able to share them with Indian producer and to co-produce. And it is very important to have this world commitment from the beginning, because it gives publicity to the film before it is made, and it settled it in other countries. And as you said, Shekhar, it's important to share our culture and to share our films. So Film Bazaar and IFFI should be as most as possible linked.
Shekhar, this question is to you. So you've been world over watching films and being part of many festivals as well, and maybe jury also. But how have you seen the Indian regional films evolved over the years? I mean, this year, of course, one of the films took the center stage at an international arena. But even in this film festival, how do you, in general, how has the regional films evolved over the years in India?
You know, a few years ago, I was the chairman of the Film Awards, and I got a chance to look at what we call regional films, and I realized that we should not call them regional films. Some of them are so much, so much better as the kind of films that I saw what we call Bollywood. What happens is the media gives attention, and so the glare of the media hides some of the real talents. And thankfully, this year, what we call regional films, I'll call them films, they're different language films, they're not regional at all, came to the forefront, and very lucky to see them. There's huge amounts of talent lying outside Mumbai.
I'm Rajababu from Filmy Beat from Hyderabad. Sir, in Indian cinema and other movies are commercially doing well. How would you see these commercial movies at world level, world cinema?
The question, well, you want to take that, is there was some, like, the name mentioned most is either Bahubali from the same director or RRR. How is Indian cinema, is Indian films, are they impacting world cinema? That's your question? Yes, sir. Sure.
I think Indian films are becoming, people are understanding that it's not just Bollywood. I take Chekhar's point that you're a federation with lots of different voices, and some of the films that we've had the privilege to see are very strong, but they would not be called Bollywood films. And I think that awareness is growing. I mean, you're lucky here. You have a very strong audience, so economically you can survive on your local audience. I'm Australian, and our audience numbers are smaller, so we must always look to the world to make our films perform, not only in Australia but globally. So I can see more and more collaboration between Australia and India as time goes on. If we creatively share the idea, like an Indian writer, Australian actor, we now have an official co-production treaty, so it will just raise awareness of possible ways to get projects over the line, because they're expensive to do.
Yeah.
Sir, earlier we called Tamil cinema, Telugu cinema, Bollywood cinema. Now barriers are removing in Indian cinema. How do you feel that?
Sorry, I don't understand your question.
So earlier there is barriers for the language films. Now it's no barriers for the Indian cinema. How do you feel? How do you see this change present day?
I think what you're saying is, it's we should have cinema in every language, every culture that we have in India. We are one of the most diverse. There are more languages in India than there are anywhere else in the world. We make films in more languages than anywhere else in the world. So why should not our culture be represented there? Right? And, yeah.
I think sorry, just to add to something. I think the film which have been the most successful in France are the films which are really anchored in their own culture from India. Not trying to make a film for all the world, but the more specific anchored in a culture, in a different language, which language it can be, of course, very diverse, are the most interesting for the French audience. And probably for other.
So this is a question to all of them in the panel. The question is, how could we make India the global hub for special effects and animation?
for
a global
anybody.
hub and the topmost.
I think
Now
what
might be
Bharat-
there are a few countries which are leading above.
When you say special effects animation, you're 4 months too late to ask that question. The question is anybody here going to have a job after artificial intelligence?
We will always have. To run the artificial intelligence, we need people. 3 lakh jobs in America are there. Not now the highest paid jobs are people who can speak with Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Is paid $3 lakh a time. The highest paid jobs are in there. And you still need a lot of them to operate
So
AI.
I'll tell you what. I think that in the new forms that visual effects are going to take place is going to change with artificial intelligence coming in. And I think that India, actually outside China, has the largest technological base, technical people, coders and things like that, anywhere in the world. So really we have probably in any one day more DOPs working in Mumbai than all of the US put together in one day. So that, that's how much content we make. And so we have the world's largest base of content. We have the world's largest base of technology, people working with technology. And we have more teenagers living in India than anywhere else in the world. So really, India should do really well in these aspects.
Sir, good morning, sir. The chairman of the festival.
Yeah, hi.
Chairman of the festival, hi. After submission of all the members of the jury, you are the final authority to decide. So, on what grounds to decide? Because everybody is from different part of the world. Their analysis of the film and the story and the film making will be different. But finally, how you come to conclusion that how you finalize the best awards for that?
There is no final authority on any film. Any film that I've done that did well with the audience, I say, see, the audience knows. And if it flops, I say, the audience don't understand my film. They don't get it. There's no final authority on any creative art. Paintings that were done 25 years ago were not loved, now they're loved. So it is just a kind of a judgment that we have, and people together find a fight. So, there is no final authority. On no creative work, there is ever a final authority, ever.
When you did the blockbusters like Mr.
Yeah.
Happily,
yeah.
So when you made a film like Mr. India and all that, the blockbusters, those era of films and the present genre films, which are pan-India, they call the pan-India films, and they do a lot of experiments with South, North, East, West, directors, actors, technicians, and moving to the Oscar Awards. How you rate the present genre films?
In India?
Yeah, in India.
What do you mean by genre films?
The genre of films which you have made and the genre of the films
Me?
which
Personally?
Yes.
I've never, sorry, this is becoming about me, so we need to bring it. No, I've never repeated a genre. Every film I made is a different genre.
But the present triple R like Bahubali, how you see these films as from the director point
I
of view?
think that Bahubali is a really good film. Really, really good film. So, again, I'm not the final authority. I really like the film. But then it was huge on the box office. That doesn't mean the box office final authority, So,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, friends, and a very big thanks to the jury members.
I just want Jerome
Yeah,
to make
sure,
a statement, please, Jerome, because you've been involved for how many years now with film festivals?
Difficult for me to do a final word, but no, I've been involved, but in the market, so
Yeah,
it's
that's fine.
the dark side of the festival.
Yeah.
No, but no. Again, it's really it has been a great pleasure, and I think for all the jury, we want to really thank everyone in the festival who really gave us such a great time, and we loved watching the films. It was 22 at. With the first film, it was 22, so it was really a great journey. And I was yesterday also in a normal screening with all the audience, and it was really great to see those big theaters full of people. So it was also a very, very nice experience. And thank you to all you, and thank you to my fellow member of the jury.
Thanks. No. Okay.
Thank you.
Just one last statement.
It's been fascinating. the range of films, the type of stories, the different worlds we've been exposed to. It's been a wonderful jury to debate with, and we come from different places and our own points of view, and being able to discuss and debate what we all saw, and we see differently. And so we are just one jury, and we have, I think, achieved our work really well, thanks to all of us, and a very good chair. He's not the final. He made it very clear he wasn't the final arbiter. So it's a group decision. May this festival continue. It is a wonderful setting, and I wish everyone the best going forward. We must remember that it is getting the industries to talk to each other is where the growth will come. It cannot be top down from government, but government can underpin and raise awareness, and that's what this festival is doing so very well.
It's very interesting to see what the selection is in a country, in a festival, because it gives an idea of the country to. You have, of course, different films, but every festival chooses a film differently. So that's really something you learn a lot about the country by watching the films.
Jose and I both have a very bad throat. Well,
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Chairperson of the jury and the jury members. And we are all looking forward to seeing which film wins the prestigious Golden Peacock Award tomorrow evening. Thank you.
But you know, it's not just a Golden Peacock.
Yes. Yeah.
We're giving 4 awards.
Yes.
Right? So each award is as important as the best film.
Sure, sure.
4 + 1 for the first film. 5. 6 awards, yeah.
Shows you how little I've been working. Okay.
So thank you very much, friends. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.